Leonardo. No, not that one. No, none of those. Most definitely not that one. This one, Leonardo da Vinci. The Italian Renaissance man once said that all our knowledge has its origin in our perceptions, meaning that, according to him, how we as humans understand and comprehend the ephemeral world is through our perception, more specifically the human eye. Leonardo was of the belief that all man needed to view the natural world was a keen eye and mind. And if you're anything like me and wear glasses, go ahead and just throw them away, because old men with funky hair and long beards are never incorrect. Right? What if how we perceive the constantly fluctuating world is not solely reliant on our eyes, but our eyes in combination with technology, like glasses, or microscopes, or binoculars, or this bad boy? Étienne Léopold Trouvelot, French artist and astronomer, accidentally introduced this moth to this part of North America in 1867, then coincidentally returned to France just a few years before the species became an invasive threat in 1882. During his time in the States, Trouvelot spent roughly a year working with the Great Refractor Telescope at the Harvard University Observatory to create these astronomical drawings. He explains his method in the Trouvelot Astronomical Drawings Manual, published alongside the 15 prints. He states that it, quote, consists in placing a fine reticle cut on glass at the common focus of the objective in the eyepiece, so that in viewing an object, its telescopic image, appearing projected on the reticle, can be drawn very accurately on a sheet of paper ruled with corresponding squares. So why did Trouvelot go through the hassle and mathematical intensity of the project if photography was invented in 1826? Well, he believed that, quote, a well-trained eye alone is capable of seizing the delicate details of structure and configuration of the heavenly bodies, as compared to the quote-unquote blurred and indistinct photographs that couldn't render detailed enough images. Wait a minute, that sounds familiar. Trouvelot didn't abandon Leonardo da Vinci's beliefs. He recognized the importance of the naked eye in perception, but also saw its faults, which led him to utilize the technology provided. The incorporation of technological advances into the making of Trouvelot's astronomical prints works to elevate our human perception of space, more specifically, the moon. Trouvelot's ability to capture the barren lunar depression of Mare Humorum and render it with such clarity is because he employed technology. Alone, our perception of the moon would continue to be primitive, naive even. Artists like Trouvelot are able to produce works that reflect the advances seen in technology while remaining true to tradition and artistry.
Space, the final frontier.
The link between the cosmos and the landscape predates the invention of the modern telescope, with Netherlandish artists such as Hendrik Averkamp and Adrian van de Ven exploring the concepts of telescopic vision. They do this by intentionally framing their landscapes into the round, whether that be a physical frame like Averkamp or incorporated into the art like van de Ven. The act of formatting the landscape into a telescopic frame inherently connects the two together. Most telescopic renditions of the moon feature it either suspended in a darkened void like Claude Milland's 1636 print, or embedded within a scientific text such as those published in Galileo's Sidereus Nuncius. But Trouvelot dismisses the circular and whole format from before. Instead, he favors the traditional rectangular landscape format. By squaring the circular moon, Trouvelot is comparing it to an earthen landscape, which frames the lunar mare as familiar. Trouvelot doesn't depict the moon as being foreign or alien. He presents us with a landscape reminiscent of Earth. By refraining from having an occlusive and suspended view of the moon, our perspective of it changes and aligns itself with the familiarity of Earth. In Paul Cézanne's series of paintings of Mont Sainte-Victoire, we can see how he effectively uses the rejection of established perspectives. He paints the same mountain but from altering vantage points. This communicates the sedentary nature of the mountain throughout space and time, which leaves us, the audience, to contemplate how shifts in perspective can change our perception. And this can be seen in Mare Humorum as well. Trouvelot uses perspective to evoke emotions from viewers. He abandons the horizon line, negating its previously established formula as an illusion of vastness. Instead, the audience floats directly above the lunar sea like a bird in flight. The zoomed aerial perspective forces us, as viewers, to experience the gravitational pull of Mare Humorum. By embracing an aerial perspective, we are fully engulfed into the extraterrestrial topography, ultimately seeing it in a new way.
Beautiful view. Isn't that something? Magnificent sight out here. Magnificent desolation.
Mare Humorum rests at the intersection of art and technology, embracing errors from both to create an image that emphasizes the fleeting nature of human perception. So put your glasses back on, go outside, take a look at the moon, and actively experience the ephemerality of existence.